Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, let us solve some CPC exam sample questions. As I always say, solving questions is very important for your CPC exam preparation. Let's start. Before that, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video and subscribe to my channel. Wound exploration codes include the following services. Option A, exploration and repair. Option B, exploration including enlargement, removal of foreign bodies and repair. Option C, exploration including enlargement, repair and necessary grafting. Option D, exploration including enlargement, debridement, removal of foreign bodies, minor vessel ligation and repair. The wound exploration code ranges 201002 20103. It is in the CPT manual, musculoskeletal system. In the first paragraph under wound exploration, you can find these codes describe surgical exploration and enlargement of the wound, extension of dissection, debridement, removal of foreign body, ligation or coagulation of minor subcutaneous or muscular blood vessels of the subcutaneous tissue, muscle fascia and or muscle, not requiring thoracotomy or laparotomy. Therefore, the right answer is option D. Because these guidelines state that the following components are part of the code's description, that is surgical exploration, enlargement of wound, extension of dissection, debridement, removal of foreign bodies, ligation or coagulation of minor subcutaneous or muscular blood vessels. Next question, let us check the codes first. Check the code 90960. 90960 is for end-stage renal disease related services monthly for patients 20 years of age or older with 4 or more face-to-face visits by a physician or other qualified healthcare professional per month. Check the code 90966, end-stage renal disease related services for home dialysis per full month for patients 20 years of age or older. Check the code in option C. 90970, it is for end-stage renal disease related services for dialysis less than a full month of service per day for patients 20 years of age and older. And in option D, they have given 90970 multiplied by 11. Now let us read the question. A 45-year-old patient with ESRD has in-home dialysis services initiated on the 15th of the month. The physician provides dialysis every day. On 19th, the patient was admitted to the hospital and discharged on 24th. The physician and patient began in-home dialysis again on 25th and continued every day until the 31st. So what CPT codes should be used? We already checked the three codes 90960, 90966 and 90970. So which among these is correct? The end-stage renal disease services coding guidelines is above CPT code 90951. So this is the key to selecting the correct CPT code. Option A 90960 is used when providing these services in an outpatient setting such as physician's office. But it is not for home dialysis. In the question, home dialysis is mentioned. Therefore, we cannot code 90960, eliminate option A. And CPT code 90966 in option B is for home dialysis and it correctly describes the patient age, that is 20 and older. In the question, the age of the patient is 45-year-old. But according to the guidelines, these codes cannot be used for patients receiving services for less than a full month, that is 30 days. Therefore, we cannot use the code 90966. If you want to use 90966, then the services should have been used for the whole month. But in the question, the services are not given for the whole month. Therefore, we cannot code 90966. The code in option C and D, 90970, is the correct code because it is for ESRD related services for dialysis less than a full month of service per day for patients 20 years of age or older. But the description and guidelines for this code state that it should be reported for each day of service not provided in an inpatient setting. Therefore, we can eliminate option C. Option D is the correct answer. The physician performed dialysis on 15th to 18th, that is 4 days, and resumed dialysis on 25th to 31st, which is 7 days. Therefore, for the month, the physician should code for 11 days. Therefore, we are using option D, 90970 multiplied 11 times. I hope you're clear with it. Let us move on to the next question. The spleen belongs to what organ system? Option A, endocrine. Option B, hemic and lymphatic. Option C, digestive. Option D, nervous. This is a simple question. The correct answer is option B, spleen belongs to hemic and lymphatic system. Next question. Let us check the options first. Check option A, 64831. It is for suture of digital nerve, hand or foot, one nerve. Option B, 64834 is for suture of one nerve, hand or foot, common sensory nerve. And option C, 64836 is for suture of one nerve, ulnar motor. And option D, none of the above. Let us read the question. The physician diagnosed a 38-year-old male patient with cubital tunnel syndrome. The patient has been experiencing pain and decided to undergo surgery. The physician conducted an ulnar nerve release operation in which he divided the overlying ligament, increasing the size of the tunnel and reducing pressure on the ulnar nerve. Which CPT code should be reported? Option A, 64831 is for suture of the digital nerve in the hand or foot, but the question states ulnar nerve. Therefore, option A is wrong. The ulnar nerve is a major nerve in the arm that runs near the ulnar bone. Okay. Option B, 64834 is for suture of one nerve, hand or foot, common sensory nerve. Once again, the scenario states ulnar nerve. Therefore, we cannot use 64834 also. And option C, 64836 is for suture of one nerve, ulnar motor. Therefore, this code exactly matches the scenario. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Option D is wrong. Next question. What code should be assigned for individuals who had contact with suspected exposure to COVID-19? Check option A, Z20.828. Z20.828 is for contact with and suspected exposure to other viral communicable diseases. And option B, Z20.822 is for contact with and suspected exposure to COVID-19. Option C, Z11.52 is for encounter for screening for COVID-19, and option D, Z86.16 is for personal history of COVID-19. In the question, they are asking what code should be assigned for individuals who had contact with and suspected exposure to COVID-19. The correct answer is option B, because the code Z20.822 represents contact with and suspected exposure to COVID-19. We'll eliminate option A because it is for contact with and suspected exposure to other viral communicable diseases. So that is wrong. Option C, Z11.52 is for encounter for screening for COVID-19, which is not mentioned in the question. Therefore, eliminate option C, and option D is for personal history of COVID-19. That is also wrong. Therefore, the right answer is option B. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Study well, and I will see you in the next video.